Welcome back to Glow Up or Get Out. I'm half the podcast, Sam.
I'm the other half, Mel.
Welcome back, you guys. And oddly enough, we're both sick or coming off of a sickness.
Yeah.
Which I think is rare. We're never really sick at the same time.
Which is weird because we're always together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got sick like during the Christmas break.
Yeah.
And I haven't really recovered since. Maybe it's just because like I haven't like stopped drinking or
Not the non-stop
sugar.
drinking.
It's not like I'm like deathly
just the holidays,
ill and then
yeah.
I'm like not like drinking, you know. It's just more like when I'm feeling better, then I start drinking and maybe I'm not fully recovered. But
the immunity isn't there yet. Yeah, congestion is in the air and I feel it. So if you're right there with us, cheers. And today's episode's all about staying motivated. You know, persevering through this phase of illness, this phase of being sick. And I feel like there's just a lot to be said about January. I can't imagine if my birthday was in January, honestly.
so much pressure.
So much pressure to be like on your best game, which like I feel like during August, my birthday month, I am. But it's August. It's not fucking January. Right after the holidays. Like I feel like everyone feels like shit. But they're lying to themselves.
They're like, no, I am about to change my life.
Literally. Which like you have to manifest, but
yeah,
it's just funny.
what a time. Like I guess like this is hella relevant, not only because it's like in January, but also being sick and like being thrown back down to like resting when you're supposed to be like on your fucking shit.
Like
It's just
new routine.
Yeah,
it was laying in bed.
me in bed. It just becomes kind of like a painful thing to like put yourself through because you're like having a mental battle of like one and the other of like resting and at the same time like how can I stay motivated when I feel like shit. But anyway, we'll get into that.
I feel like it can also be really difficult to like remotivate yourself once you start off like a week, a day, a year like shit. It's like, oh, okay, well then it's just gonna be shit then. Like this week is just a wash then. When like that really isn't what it has to be. Like it could just be like today I'm resting and tomorrow I'm gonna feel better.
Yeah.
And whether I'm like 100% or not, I'm still gonna give it my all. Like whatever that is in that day.
Yeah.
And I think that's like probably the biggest mindset shift that I've had to have is like every single day doesn't look like 100% for you to feel like you're productive or like have done enough. It's honestly never gonna look like that.
Yeah, I feel like we've brought up that concept a lot of like if you're gonna take rest, it needs to actually be rest, or like being in the mindset that like whatever you're doing is like okay as long as you're gonna like work on doing something better or different the next day. Kind of like I always use the nap example. Like if you're super productive, like taking a nap sometimes feels like counterproductive, but if you're just like feeling like just like a slob and tired and like not energetic and you need a nap, take the nap, get like your energy back up and then continue to be productive, versus like getting mad at yourself for being in bed and taking a nap and then feeling like shit and then like that
waking up and being like I wasted 20 minutes.
Then you're actually wasting more time by like being upset about it kind of thing.
Yeah. Staying motivated, just God, you guys.
I feel like it's still like in fucking Love Island. It's early days.
Not the early days.
You know, we're all still kind of in like this like pumped up mood of like it's only the first week of January. I mean, it's gonna be the second or third week when this comes out.
Yeah.
But we're still in like January as a month where like things are supposed to be like in movement. But like come February, come March, it all starts to dwindle down a little bit. Even I would say like at the end of this month, like people start to get tired of like trying to create these habits because it's so difficult to create a habit.
Yeah.
What do they say? Like it takes like three consecutive weeks or something.
Is it weeks? 3 weeks?
I think it's 3 weeks.
I think so. It's three something.
But I think it's much longer than that. Like in actuality, because you could stop at any moment after the 3 weeks.
I mean, yeah, I think it's more so like you're more likely, probably like statistically, you're more likely to stick to the habit versus like you're never going to stop the habit, you know, because that's never, it's just never going to happen. But yeah, I think staying motivated in January is just like, it should be like, oh my God, obvious, it's a new year. Like, you should be so motivated. But in reality, everyone is so tired and broke from the holidays. And it should just be like a reset, which a lot of people I have seen on like social media calling January like a reset and just like being easy with themselves. Like throwing shit away, decluttering, new stuff. I don't know, dude, whatever. And I respect that. And it's just like, you can't put all the pressure on like 1 month, because I feel like there's so much pressure like in January to have accomplished like part of your goals or like part of your intentions or whatever, when it's really like, it's just the whole year. It encompasses the entire year, and some months are going to be great and some months might be slow, etc. Like,
I feel like that's how you lose steam too. If like
the
if
pressure.
you just pressure yourself into 1 month.
Yeah.
I mean, by all means though, I feel like discipline and dedication and like consistency is how you're going to get like the job done. But
yeah,
at the same time, I think there's like a balance of, if it's starting to feel like hectic for you to continue something, I think like maybe take a look at what the goal is and like how can you rework it to make it feel like something achievable, because I think maybe then it's maybe not like maybe it's something you can't do at this moment. Maybe start smaller. I don't know. But yeah, the motivation should be like, when we think of motivation, it's just like something that makes us keep going. And I feel like if you're doing this like very pressured,
that is what makes me want to stop.
I think, yeah, exactly. That makes you want to stop. I don't know, but I also feel very tied to this concept right now, because I feel like my last couple years I've been so lenient on myself because I've had that I mean, I feel like it's just like something that's been told to us for the last couple like years on like social media. Like, we're all over like the hardcore like having like set goals and like kind of like girl bossing type shit, where like everything's so like static. And we were in this like era of like being so fluid and like do what your body feels, and like some fucking my body sometimes doesn't fucking feel like doing shit, but like I should still do it.
Yeah, it's
that kind of concept. And I feel like I've gotten to a point where if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not gonna fucking do it. But that doesn't mean that like that's good for me. So I feel like it's a little bit of like, I feel like before it was like super tough love, and then it became like so gentle, and I feel like there's like needs to be a middle.
Gentle.
You know?
I think the compromise there would probably be like reworking the intention behind something, and like instead of it being pressure, it's just like discipline, like you said.
Yeah.
Like instead of it being, oh my God, I told myself I was gonna do this, I need to do this by this day, like just like anxiety, like it's just negative emotion. It's instead like, I told myself I was going to do that, and I want to be proud of myself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, like it reworks it to be positive, and like, I'm gonna feel accomplished when I get this done or figure that out or achieve that goal.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of,
I agree,
the mindset we should all,
I think it's like the mindset shift. And also like kind of like what I have seen, at least with like myself and people around me, is that we tend to like be extremist, where like if it happens, then it happens, and if I'm not doing it, then I'm not doing it. And I feel like instead of being so harsh on like being set on something, like start in a consistent slow manner versus like trying to just push everything through in one go.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
For example, like us, like I want to figure out my purpose. Like tomorrow. Like I want it to be now. I want my purpose right now.
That's not gonna happen.
You know what I mean? So like that's the pressure I feel literally every single day when I wake up. And I'm like, what's going on? But I can't like put the pressure of that specific thing on myself every single day, because it's gonna get me nowhere. I just have to like keep trying things, keep doing different things, putting myself out there, etc. Like,
yeah. I feel like for me, the example that I would use is like in this last year, I had so many times made the goal that I was gonna do like 12 through 30, like 6 days a week.
She's having an LA in-person one. We should go.
I was there at the same
the New York
time.
one?
The New York one.
I know.
Happened. Yeah, we should go. But I feel like I was like in my head, I was like, I'm going to do it 6 days a week for at least a month.
Holy
and then
shit.
I will like be fit.
And then I'll just slow down.
No. And then I was like, and I'll be like so consistent because I was like rushing myself, or like I was kind of like pushing myself to my limit so that like it just becomes easy. But that was such a like detriment to myself because like I knew that wasn't possible. Like I was already not even working out, doing like my small Pilates classes virtually. You know, what the fuck is gonna keep me to go, like keep me going to go to the gym like in the morning at fucking 6 a.m. or in the evening when I come home tired from driving like back and forth or whatever.
I think a realistic pressure would not 6 days.
That was done.
That's a lot.
So now I'm just like, I would like to go to the gym at least twice a week.
Boom.
And that can be whenever. And then it becomes like, I think it will, at least like this is how it was for me before. And I feel like a lot of the time, like the information that I need is always something that I like not necessarily used to do, but something that like I can rely back on. So like when I used to have a trainer at one point. I would go every other day, so it was 3 times a week, and that felt like harsh but doable for me. And I feel like
at that time,
and that even like structured me to then like want to go on my off days or in the weekend to the gym by myself. And so I feel like if I have that same mindset of like, I'm just strictly telling myself that I have to go, maybe
have to do this,
I have to do these 2 days, and then I feel like I always have the feeling of wanting to do more.
Yeah, I feel that.
And so just like having that mindset of like giving yourself small goals, but knowing that the exception could be like you could always do more, you know, not like always be better, but
always not suck so much.
So yeah,
I like that. Yeah, I feel like when I was sick, I really wanted to work out, and I was like, that was one of those moments where I like listened to your body, like for real though. Like for real, stop.
Because then you don't get better quicker.
Exactly. You know? And I was like, is it really gonna set me back? No. What set me back was Christmas and all the fucking sugar I was eating.
All the treats.
You didn't feel that guilty till the end.
Damn.
At the end, I was like, fuck, dude. You eat a lot of sugar. You might want to chill.
There was one day that I ate, like, I'm not even joking, like 10 tamales. And I was like, fuck me. Like, I just felt heavier. And I'm like, that's so shitty. Like, my brain's fucked up.
I mean,
like,
tamales
why am I doing that? I know.
Heavy. So I could understand why you felt it.
But I, like, in my head was like, I just gained, like, 5 pounds. Like, the straight up weight of the tamales are in me now.
That part scares me.
Yeah, like, do you ever think, like, do you ever
Does your
see
body
food and then you're like, how did that whole thing fit in my mouth? Like, in my stomach?
Does it lose pounds when it
I
digests?
Mean, it gets, like, burnt by
acid. But, like, yeah, I guess it would lose its weight.
I think it does because then it becomes, like, a nutrient, right? Parts of it?
I took nutrition in freshman year of college.
Same,
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Oh, God. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to a podcast, or not a podcast, a vlog by JC. She also has a podcast, What We Said, and in her vlog she was saying like basically the pressure of the new year, and just like she was giving a personal life update, but some of the stuff that I took from it was like you can set goals at the beginning of the year and obviously like be realistic with them. Like some people are mood boarding and they're manifesting their dream house. Are you actually going to buy your dream house this year? Like, do you think she's like, shoot for the stars and whatever, that fucking bullshit. Yeah, of course. But like, realistically, do you think you're going to buy your dream home this year? Or do you think you're going to have kids if that's something you want 5 years from now? Like, you don't even want it this year. It's just something that you want one day. That it becomes so like intangible that you're not really manifesting it. It's just there.
That's true.
So I was like, okay, that's smart. But then she also said, like, you can also change it, like, anytime you want. Like, in March, if you're like, actually, fuck a boyfriend. Like, all that shit's coming off the mood board or whatever. You could be like, fuck that. Or if it's like, actually, I do want to buy my dream house. Add that shit to the board.
All of a sudden, I came into a lot of money.
Somebody gave me shit ton of money and I'm ready, baby.
Period.
Like, why not?
I definitely agree with that. I feel like, of course, like would love my dream home.
Yeah.
But and maybe that's what I used to put on my mood board or vision board. But I think like lately when I'm like manifesting for my next home, it's not necessarily that. It's more so like I put feelings and like emotions to the words that I want to have in the home, and maybe some specifics. Like I'm not even joking. I think me and Logan are really good at like manifesting our next like place that we live. like our first apartment, all we wanted was brick walls. And like easy enough, it
Giant
happened
brick
like
wall.
nothing, a giant brick wall. And then the second time, we didn't really manifest, we just wanted to like live back in LA, so it was like whatever. We just wanted more space, like that was it, because we had a lot of furniture in our like first apartment that like it just felt cluttered, because we just like became kind of like hoarders, because we found good stuff and we just wanted to keep it for our next place. So then when we were in our second place, we just like really missed having like grass and like a yard, not necessarily like of our own, but we just wanted like grass in front of or like near our home where we can just let Harley out really quick and then come back inside. And we just wanted, again, more space, and we wanted to have like a place that felt like an open door policy for our friends and family. And that was like the only things that we like really wanted: space, Harley to be like free, and people to have like a place to come to. And literally that's what like our home has become now.
Y'all got the maximum of that.
Literally
the maximum of that manifestation. I mean, I guess you could have got a fucking mansion, but
I mean, I guess
like realistically, you got the max.
But like all we were asking for was an apartment, you know, to move into. So I don't know, like I feel like putting those specific like feelings and words of what you want versus like, I want my fucking dream house that's like massive
and it's some random house from a magazine.
Yeah, like no, just try to like think about the goals that you're.
How do you guys manifest that? Do you put it on like paper?
So we've done like things like candles where we like burn like a wish candle kind of a thing. I don't know what they're called, but we would like kind of like pray to it in a sense, where we like just like talk about the things that we want and like leave it up to the universe, and then we light it and then just like never let it stop burning until it's done.
How do you?
So it's kind of like a
house
spell
or whatever.
Huh?
You just leave the house with it on?
You put it in like a bowl of water, nothing will happen.
What is the... Okay, it's besides...
Okay, anyway, I'll teach you witchy shit later.
Teach me that shit. I said, I want a wish candle. What the fuck?
But also just, like, when you're speaking about it to people, or, like, I feel like I really believe in, like, having other people help you manifest. So, like, telling people what you want and, like, having them visualize you in it, or, like, even speaking back and forth about it. That kind of stuff I feel like is really what helped me. So like me and Logan would just continue to talk about like the stuff that we wanted in our like day-to-day conversations. Like, oh my God, it's gonna be so great when like our friends can come over and like we can give them all keys and we'll have like a pull-out bed. That literally was like a conversation we had.
That's literally what they have.
And that's what we have. And like Harley can just go outside. Like that's gonna be so nice when we can just like let her out the door and she can go pee. We have like literally
To be fair, she did figure out how to get out of the yard.
To be fair,
Harley did try.
To be fair, there was tribulations and some things we needed to fix. Like we had to put like a little gate up, but like we have our fucking yard. Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, those things can always change. Like I don't think like we decided to move like we didn't go into the beginning of the year being like we're gonna have our dream. I feel like it was in like fucking March or something. We're like, I need to get the fuck out of here because it was getting bad.
Yeah.
So then we like moved immediately. But yeah, just.
And I think it's like hard. It's like just when like, so you're saying talk to like the way you talk to people about the things you want. I feel like sometimes it's so hard to talk to a lot of people about it because it's like
then it gets muddled,
and then just like you feel like their feelings on it get muddled in like, oh well, they're not like they can't afford that, or like that's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And it's like
that's definitely like another part of it is like be careful who you tell kind of like thing, because energy, whether like people are intentionally doing it or not, I feel like people have their own opinions and thoughts and feelings, and if any of that negative stuff happens, like I think it could really affect your manifestation process, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I feel like you could also just like ex-nay like anything anybody says, but at the same time like it doesn't feel good when you feel like somebody else doesn't believe in your dreams or in your goals, you know what I mean? So just like be careful who you tell.
And that really shits on the motivation.
That shits on the motivation for sure.
You're like, nobody thinks I can even do it, so why am I even trying?
I guess that's another part. It's like just don't think about what everybody else thinks about your
oh my God, that's like the hardest
goals.
fucking part.
Yeah.
For me anyway. I feel like my personal like dedication to a goal is like strong in terms of like I never want to let it go.
I'm never letting go.
Like in that way. And like I do try to do everything in my power, which is in my detriment sometimes. But I feel like the hardest part is getting past like what other people think. And I feel like this could go for anyone. Like, we're literally two bitches on a podcast talking to random people we do know, people we used to know, whoever you are listening. If you're our besties, hey besties. But it's just like, for us, I feel like people looking in could be like, yeah, that shit's, I can see why you don't want to tell people your dreams. Like, which is terrible. But that's what I feel like people could turn around and reflect and say. And then, but then I'm like, I feel like everyone has crazy outlandish dreams. Like, I want to move to fucking Australia for a month, or just, I don't know, whatever random shit, or I'm going to marry this man I just met. Everyone can shit on anything. So like, why are we letting that stop us from being motivated to do what we want? I feel like I just get so like caught up in the micro of it all that like really I should just focus on the macro.
Also just focus on your own thought, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like hard, but I feel like having that same, I feel like you said, everybody has those fucking crazy dreams, and it's hard to forget that when you feel like other people are judging you, or like, but that same person probably has crazy dreams too, like of having their dream house, like we said, or like some,
their dream man, or
they want to be
fairy
famous.
tale.
I don't know, some dumb shit, you know?
Not dumb.
Okay, that's not dumb, but you know what I mean.
Not as being like our inner dialogue is like shh.
And B, if they supposedly don't have those big dreams, like, sorry, you're fucking sad. You know what I mean? You're settling for life. What
Honestly,
life just gives you.
I think you should dream big no matter what it is. Even if it's like, I want to have kids and it's been real hard.
Yeah.
Do it. Like.
But that's what I'm saying is like, just those two thoughts, like alone, I feel like make me feel better about thinking that other people are judging.
Like other people
goals.
also have crazy dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? And the minute that mine becomes true, you're going to be like, damn, I'm
kind of a believer in the
know?
manifesting shit they've been talking about on the internet.
So yeah, I feel like it's just laying just strictly to what your thoughts are about it, and like keeping your vision, literally like blinders, like fuck all the noise, you know what I mean? And I feel like one of the hardest parts for me is just like literally just starting the process, because I feel like, I know we're talking about like motivation and staying motivated, but sometimes like staying motivated to do the thing that you're about to try to accomplish. Like, you might have this goal of like, I don't know, I want to apply to a job, but like, and it's your dream job, but you think it's so like
out of reach
that you don't even, you like take your procrastination to like a next level of like never even doing it, or you take your time and then you lose the chance of being one of the first applicants to get actually seen. You know what I mean? So it's just like, just also like, don't think that you have to have like everything figured out to just start.
Yeah,
because that's just gonna happen in the process anyways. I mean, look at us, we did a podcast via Zoom, or like not even house party.
Was it house party?
Yes, because we couldn't.
Us.
It's so dumb.
I hate us for
it was
real.
COVID. Okay, we can figure it out.
That was a good
We're not tech girlies, so
someone just asked me about the podcast and like information on what we use and stuff, and I was like, bro, it is the bare minimum.
So the bare minimum is
2 Yetis and GarageBand.
on your phone.
That's pretty much it. Well, we have lights, I guess, in a setup, but whatever.
We could get more lights.
We
so
certainly could.
We could definitely upgrade. There's like very cliche things like having accountability partners that supposedly help. I do think that it does help, but I think at the end of the day, you have to fucking carry yourself to do it whatever it is.
But I think lean on the crutch too much.
Yeah, but I do think that it helps to have somebody tell you like, hey, I mean, at least like when we were doing Chloe Ting, I feel like texting each other like, did you do it today? And
no, I'm doing it tonight.
Yeah, and then I felt pressured to do it. So
not that
in a good way.
In a good way.
One of the things I read was like I mean, this was like specifically for like workout, but I feel like it could play on other goals. Is like, whatever you're working on, make sure that your space or like the things that you have around you help make it enjoyable, so that like it's easier for you to just flow into the staying motivated to do whatever it is that you're doing.
Like
so
having
like,
cute workout clothes.
Yeah, so for like working out, it's like having workout clothes, or having like a cute setup, or like your own room for it, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other things like maybe for like budgeting or like saving money, you can have like your budget meetings with yourself on like a cute like little not spreadsheet, but like have you heard of the app? I think it's called like Noted.
No.
What the fuck is it called?
Noted?
No, but basically it's like an organization. It's like it makes spreadsheets like prettier. And people have it on there. Like you could put like the goal for why you want to save money, and then it like you just enter like all your information.
Making it cute.
Yeah, making it cute, making it just like
Fun.
enjoyable and like something that you can see. It allows you to continue to want to do it because it's fun or it's pretty. Or
Does the average man like enjoy pretty things like that? I'm curious.
I'm curious. I don't know.
Like, are they like, I just give it to me, give me the facts, or are they like, yeah, that's cute? They wouldn't say that probably, but
I think for men it's more like routinely, like they're so, maybe not all of them. I feel like
did you see that meme? It was like, it's not all men, but somehow it's always a man. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I can see that. More of
Yeah.
a routine-based rigidness, maybe. Maybe just like having a cute notebook to do it in, a motivating notebook or whatever it is. A planner, a yearly planner, honestly, could really take you places.
for real.
Like, having shit laid out in a pretty way is so satisfying.
I'm even thinking for like a health tracker, like some people really like checking boxes or like filling in like
taking
bubbles,
things.
like doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
Because then, I don't know. I feel like you feel more accomplished just like literally ticking something off.
Yeah.
You're like, shower, eat, draw something. Whatever your goal is pertaining to. Work out, fucking finish this 8 tasks for work, and then whatever this is.
Yeah.
Checking all those off, you're like, okay.
It does something for the brain.
Okay. That I feel like that keeps you motivated in the day-to-day.
Yeah. The checking off.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't like structure, but I'm like the listing thing, like it just
It's not even about
it does
structure,
something
though.
to my brain that I love.
I think, okay, maybe we've been talking about structure a lot, but never defining it. Like, maybe the structure that we're saying that we don't like is, like, the very rigid, like, literally a 9 to 5. You come in to the office, you do the exact same thing when you check in, you have the same tasks, you talk to the same people, and you, whatever, I don't know, just like mundaneness, like nothing ever feels different. Like you don't even get lunch at a different place. You don't even,
Yeah.
like on the weekends, you always go to the farmer's market on Sunday and you always go to the grocery store on Saturday. Like whatever the fucking case, I feel like that's what we're talking about. And like the structure that I personally like is like the lists and like having ideas of what that structure looks like.
It's like, here is all of the things you want to get done today.
Yeah.
Get them done at whatever time you want, but we have to have that finished.
Like go in whatever order you want.
Yeah.
Like school was structure, I guess, in that bad way. But I liked it. I personally liked it.
Yeah,
but that
like
was
the
different.
time blocking type thing. I really liked it. Like I liked having
Time block.
like the time blocked of class.
Like 2 hours for
2
working
hours.
out, 2 hours for work, a lunch break.
Yeah, and even in like high school, I just like we had six classes, 7 classes, depending on what you're taking, I
Yeah.
guess. But like it would be like all of the odd number classes on one day, all of the
Bell
even.
schedule?
I forgot what it's
Bell?
called, something like that. But like it's like time blocked and it flip flops. I feel like that was really helpful for my brain because I like had the variation that I wanted, but it was still like structured.
You knew what
and
you
I
were gonna
had-
get every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I love knowing what I'm going to get every day. I hate waking up without a plan. I'm like, what is going on?
Also, like, I feel like a lot of people talk, I feel like I've seen this a lot on TikTok, but people talk about how to have like a successful and like motivating day in a 9 to 5, and it's like literally a time blocking where like they say like when they get into the office, they do like a quick email like run through of like deleting like bullshit emails, like going through emails for like an hour or two, and then the next like hour or two they work on like a project that they've been given that's like a long-term project. They have lunch for an hour and then they continue to do more emails for an hour, and then like the last 2 hours of work or whatever, I don't even think that's 8
Whatever
hours,
it is,
but
yeah.
like the last 2 hours of work is something else, like a short-term goal,
Yeah.
or like taking meetings, like, you know, like blocking
or if you're a
things like
manager,
that.
talking to people. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's like having time slots for the things that go within that category, but it could be like different things every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we did have an episode where we talked about time blocking, but yeah, I think structure has like a bad rep. I don't know, dude. Is it like the like part Gen Z that we have in us that's so like soft?
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's like, shut up, bitch, go do something. Stop with that.
It's very hard to be in this middle place right now.
I will say too, like the discipline part was so much easier in high school with time blocking because you fucking
when the millennials were telling us what to do.
You fucking had to. You had no other choice. And then at work, it's like, you want to get fired? Like, there's the pressure of that. Yeah. So, like, when it comes to self-discipline, it's like, you really have to dig deep and find out what the fuck is going to motivate you.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, it's not.
Dude, that concept we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, Logan will say, like, if my boss said, hey, go do this right now, like, after work, she'd be like, okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She said, but if I tell myself that I need to work out after work today, I could not do it.
Why do you not respect yourself?
Literally. And I was like, what is it then? She's like, I think I respect them. I'm like, what about yourself?
Literally.
But like the same thing for me. Like, why don't you do it? Because you don't respect yourself, but you respect it, like the opinion or the disappointment
Authority.
that the other person's going to have on you.
Yeah.
And so then you're like, wait, I'm not going to be disappointed in myself? Or like,
you're just going to let shit slide too much.
Yeah. I think you have to think about it in those terms where like you're an outside person telling yourself something. That you need to do something, you know?
Like, that's due.
Yeah. Sorry.
Damn, dude. Self-discipline, self-respect. Besties. They are besties like that. Wow.
My word for the year is discipline. So, if you're with me, take on the word.
Grinding.
Grinding's yours?
No, what? I meant you're grinding us at the discipline.
Yeah.
I don't know what my word is. Do I have a word of the year? Let's come up with one. It's just like so overwhelming when I feel like your goal it feels bigger than you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, where do I even start? I start everywhere, basically. But I gotta start somewhere.
Exactly. So just start.
But then I'm also like, I feel like I did start, but it's just not working out.
So start anew. Is literally like start something different because that's clearly like the same repertoire is not working. Is that the right word? Right way to use that word?
Repertoire.
No, that's like your reputation.
Portfolio, isn't it?
The repetition is not working.
I don't know.
Your repertoire is killing. It's not working.
I don't think you can't make repertoire happen, Mel.
I'm trying.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in Glowing Hour. Hopefully, it was just more motivating things. Motivate you. And not depressed.
Period.
All right, ladies and gents. Today we have a sparkling pear mocktail.
Let's call it that.
Sure.
It's like tea-based, so we're calling it something, I don't know. It's something about like when the party's over, and you're feeling sicky.
Yeah, or the function's too sick. I really wanted to say that.
That's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
It's giving mocktail.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at this. And if you're sick, it has, lemon and honey. In Glowing Hour, we wanted to discuss something that just really kills motivation.
Kills the vibe.
Yeah, like kills the party in your head. And that is negative self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, I think we're all guilty. Every single one of us. Always. Okay? Don't even lie to yourself. You've said nasty things in your head.
All the fucking time.
It was funny because on New Year's Day, I don't remember, you and I were hungover and Logan was chipper.
She was chipper as ever.
And I don't remember what I said. Like, I looked in the mirror and I went, this is what I look like? Mm-hmm. And she goes, you're already starting the year off, like, talking bad about yourself. Why?
She wasn't wrong, though.
I know, she was right. And then an hour later, you said, my hair is disgusting or something. And we were like, again, it's just so easy to roll off the tongue.
I don't mean that.
I was saying that so Sam would realize that she said something nasty earlier.
Dude, for real though.
But it just rolls off your fucking tongue. And in your own head, I'll be like, I look so ugly. I feel so ugly. I'm fat today. My skin is shit.
It's more discipline. Let's go back to this word. To be nice to yourself and say like kind things and to keep yourself like uplifted than it is to be negative, sad, and have like negative emotions.
What's that shit about calories and frowning? It takes more calories to smile. Some shit.
I'm just thinking about that, bitch.
Burning calories.
Yeah, so I think it's just you get in this routine of like the habit really of like being negative, and like it becomes so comforting to be sad, to be upset, to be like blaming and shameful,
and then you
guilty.
seek validation.
Yeah.
You be telling people, oh, I look so fat today, just so someone will be like, no, you don't.
Yeah,
'Cause
then
you know.
what does that do for you? You get like the quick like, ooh, I'm
Like,
not
they
fat,
think I'm
and then
skinny.
you're like, no, but like I'm actually fat. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't actually work. I feel like that definitely needs to come from an internal state of like remembering who the fuck you are.
No, and it's honestly a really good goal for the year to talk more positively to myself.
Talk nicely to me.
Talk nice to me. Yeah,
Literally.
at me. Literally though, I just feel like, which I think this was going to be a whole nother episode, but like where you learn that behavior and where it came from, and it's nobody's fucking fault, because like
Everyone's doing their
it's
best.
just fucking there.
But it happens.
And then I'm like, what about one day when like my niece grows up? Have I done anything to like project that onto her now? And then my own kids, and I'm like, holy fuck.
I mean, we'll get into that like in
another
episode.
episode.
For sure.
Yeah, but just talking nice to yourself, you gotta start there.
Yeah.
But the repercussions aren't just for you, they're everywhere.
No, they're for everybody. Also, nobody likes to be around a person who's so self-deprecating. Like that shit's not cute. I remember when we were in like middle school, I feel like it was like the thing to be self-deprecating. It was like cute and cool, and it's like, why the fuck was that ever a thing? Like it's so nasty. It's so like,
yeah,
it's cringy.
Also, like that just can't be attractive, like in the long run. Like every once in, like, let's be real, every once in a while you're gonna actually feel like shit and want to say some mean shit to yourself. Not saying it's right or that you should fall into it, but that shit happens. Yeah, and I think that's fine. But if you're a person who's constantly just like, I look ugly today, I'm ugly, I feel so ugly, like you're constantly asking for someone else to validate you, that's gotta be exhausting.
It's tiring for sure.
And that person probably doesn't think any of those nasty things about you, like,
but maybe now they do.
Maybe now you're convincing them.
That part.
Well,
I mean, this could definitely be like a whole other episode, but I feel like I did my cards again. Like literally the first day of the year or the second day, I don't remember what it was, but I was just like, I told Sam this story already, but like I was asking to just have like one card be shown to me about like what the year's gonna look like what the year is gonna feel like for me. And it was like talking about basically being like a big dreamer again.
Just really hitting it hard on that shit, dude.
And like I don't remember what the description of the word was like specifically, but it was something in regards to like you learned a lot from the outside world, and it really made you like look at yourself in a way that was like you didn't believe in yourself anymore, kind of a thing. And then I like started to reflect. I just started crying. Logan kept reading it to me, and I just kept crying and crying, and I was just thinking like it made me reflect on how I was this like the description of this card or the energy of this card before when I was little. I remember like legitimately thinking and feeling that I could be anything that I wanted, or I could do whatever I wanted with my life. And I know most kids feel that way, and most people have felt that way, but like not to say that I'm fucking special in that way, but I just I genuinely felt that I was a special person in this world. Like I was like nobody else, and honestly, fuck it, I'm not. Like, everyone is unique to themselves, and that's true, but I definitely felt like I was different. And I lost that sense, like, I don't even know when it was, but I just started to think about how when I tell myself, like, that I'm being realistic or give myself realistic goals, not even goals, realistic, like, settling, I'm telling that kid who's a fucking dreamer that, like, they should basically shut up and, like, think differently. And that's sad. Like, this is a little baby that's like just literally coming into the world with fresh eyes and excited to be here, excited to like grow up. And now that I'm grown up, I'm like, fuck you. Like, you don't even know the half of it. Yeah. But like, that's messed up. Like, why can't I continue to be that little kid?
Why can't you be both? Why can't you be both?
I don't even want to be the other one. Fuck that.
You don't want to be realistic at all?
No.
All right, then.
It like has led me nowhere. So it's just like, I feel like I've gotten more in the way of myself than I would have if I was the opposite way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I feel like
and that comes from like a lot of negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Just downing myself all the time.
I feel like, oh my God.
You're telling that little girl she's fat. You're telling that little girl she's
Dude,
ugly.
she was telling herself that.
Oh my
Not
God.
to be funny,
But, like,
but
little you, like, probably, like,
little me would be like, fuck older me. The fuck?
she's so fucking
you
mean.
bitch.
That's the other part that I was like, I have always wanted to be the person that I
Right.
needed when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have, like, a figure that I felt, like, really tied to. And so I was like, I'm going to be that for whoever is, like, I don't know, somebody else. I want to be that for
Shedding-
somebody else. But I was just really just thinking about
Shedding
myself.
Tears, bro.
And if I, like, if little me met me now, I'd be so fucking disappointed. Like,
No,
I'd be
you wouldn't.
I would-
Don't.
No, but I would be
diminish
upset about
yourself.
how, like, this person thinks. Like, I wouldn't want to take on, it would make me sad thinking the way that I think or the things that I say about myself in front of little me. You know what I mean? Like, imagine saying all these horrific things in front of little you looking at you. Like, that'd be so awful.
Well, I was gonna say, putting up the picture of myself on my mirror
Logan recently did that for me.
hits.
It hit.
It hits. You look at that and you're like, damn, I was cute. Why can't I say I am cute?
Yeah.
I'm cute.
I'm cute as fuck.
I'm cute.
I said we're cute.
We're cute, babe.
That's
Not
how-
like that though. Relax, everybody.
That's how I mean, yeah, after that conversation, she, like, did that for me, and I was like, this is, like, really important.
Yeah, I found that really helpful in staying
Kendall
motivated to your inner childness as well. Yeah, fucking Kendall Jenner.
She's a good therapist.
One day I'll afford her. She's mine already.
Oh, she's right in front of me.
She's mine. That's also the part, okay, this is not negative self-talk, but like about manifesting is I feel like it just never happens until you actually feel like it's gonna happen for you.
Oh, 100%. What do you?
But
that
I
is the
know,
whole point.
I know, but like,
It's one of those
I feel
concepts
like-
that's like mind blowing, but it's also like,
yeah,
duh.
like I feel like this year is gonna be a lot of like deep breaths and being like, yeah, dude.
That's like the 100%. That's like all I don't say all, but it's like 95% of manifestation is feeling, again, the emotion of what you want
Yeah.
behind the thing that you want.
I feel like it's like so easy to get caught up in the micro, which is what I get caught up in all the time, like having anxiety and fear and then doing things but then still feeling the fear and not like trusting what I want on the macro.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this year, like I still feel scared as fuck, but this year feels like different. Like I just feel like,
And that's the only difference you need to go with, like, you know.
so staying motivated is
It's literally feeling different about your situation and wanting it to continue
being
to be better.
positive
Yeah.
towards yourself and your inner child. God,
Yeah.
those are both two entirely different topics that
Two different-
can go into depth
Listen,
later.
there's a lot that goes to motivation, I guess. I mean, it's similar, but I feel like there's this concept on TikTok that's going around called like the lucky girl syndrome. And it's just like the concept of literally just saying like, I am so lucky that everything goes my way, or I'm so lucky that, like, you could get specific, like I always get a parking spot right in front. Like just feeling that luckiness that is actually going to always happen to you is literally, it's just manifesting. Again, it's just like it's just inviting the energy of like something good to happen to you all the fucking time.
I'm so lucky.
As a kid, I literally was like, every time I see a heart, it means like I'm on like the right path. Like,
Dude,
that
what the
literally was my
fuck?
thing. I was like, a heart is a symbol for me. Like I would see it in like gum, like it would just be on the
Not in
floor, or like in
gum.
like the trees, like I could see a heart. Like those things felt like signs from God to me, I guess,
Whatever at the time.
at the time.
Yeah.
But like I felt so lucky seeing them, and I was like, something good's gonna happen to me. I'm so lucky.
And that
Again,
the
I'm feeling that itch.
reason it was so easy was because you just growing
Real
up
life
is
didn't set-
hard.
Yeah, real life settles in.
And then you're like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I feel like that's the point of life, though. It's like coming in so like big and bold, getting your light diminished a little bit,
get chiseled.
and then you're like, I'm fucking tired of being like this. So then like you learn to be a child again, like the wonder of a child anyway, and living life positively. And if you don't get there, then you end up really sad.
Everyone's been kind of shitting this year at the beginning of, well, I mean, it's January. This beginning of this year has been shitting on like all the labels we put on mindsets and stuff, which I understand. I feel like it is a lot to like keep up with every single label. Like, I'm in my soft girl era. I'm
we
manifesting. I'm blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And everyone's just shitting on it. Like, I'm doing me. And I feel like
all of that
the benefit of those labels isn't necessarily so people can, I think, identify with them, but just so other people who aren't already like feeling connected in that way have guidance or some sort of like, I want to incorporate that in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's giving conversations, giving light to a mindset.
There's a concept, and then people are just
picking it apart,
making it a word so that you can use it conversationally, or even just like,
it's kind of like watering it down so people can be like, oh
yeah, literally,
yeah, wow.
Wow.
Like, I didn't realize how many people use the word manifest. Like, I think it's like
a buzzword. A lot of people are really annoyed by it, but it's also like, what do you want me to call it? Like fucking thinking about my dreams. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, if you're annoyed by concepts, just go be annoyed somewhere else. But like, at the same time, I'm like, okay, it's overwhelming, but as long as you do, when you
just do you, and like, stop being nasty, think about other people. That's it.
Nasty.
Worry about yourself.
And that's all you can do, because at the end of the fucking day, that's what manifesting is all about.
Ignoring everyone else and thinking about yourself
desires. Selfishly. No, but yeah, I think motivating yourself is fucking hard, and staying motivated is even harder. So finding what is motivating you, why, the intention, and also like manifesting it and talking positively to yourself, but also releasing it. Like, there's very practical things you can do in terms of motivation, and there's also very like spiritual or just like energetic things that you can do. Even like, they could be both. Like, checking shit off of a list energetically feels like I just fucking smack somebody. I'm like, yes.
Did one of the knee slaps? Like,
yeah. Yep. One of those.
Yeah.
So
stay connected to yourself, I think, is like the most important thing, because that like is obviously like overarching, not into your goals, but your like true needs and desires and like non-negotiables in life, and what helps you stay grounded, and I don't know, it keeps people happy. So just like staying connected and allowing yourself again to dream big, and
don't let the bad thoughts win.
Yeah, whether they're outside of you or inside of you, fucking
me to me, dude.
Just ex-nay them. Call it a quits.
Yeah, I feel super motivated. I feel like February, I'm gonna do pottery. I'm gonna do it.
Period.
I'm doing it, and I'm gonna spend my savings to go to Europe.
That part.
Okay. It's not like I'm spending all my savings. Everybody relax. But, or you know what? That money's just there, and I'm gonna have it. I don't even gotta touch my savings.
Nope. We're going to Europe this year, so that's it.
Yeah, we're going to Europe. Don't worry about it.
Well, we'll catch you guys in next week's episode. For now, thank you so much for watching, listening, wherever you are. Mm-hmm. And please don't be shy to engage with us on social media or in the comments, or just even by giving us a good rating.
Would love that.
But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.